The dangers of living your life on autopilot. You know, when you put your car on cruise control, or if you're on like a Tesla and you put your car auto drive, there's a danger to that. But I'm talking about in the sense of living your life like that, putting your life on autopilot, where I can give you an example. You wake up, you go on your phone, you go to work, you eat, you scroll, you sleep, and then you repeat. Or it could be some small things that you do in between those things, but it's still that same thing, where it's like your life is on autopilot. And this thing can graspingly hold to the fact of you can spend years living without ever asking whether you're actually happy or the direction you're actually going into. And that's the danger of your life being on autopilot, so to say. Again, don't get it confused. Routine isn't bad, but mindless routine can be dangerous because you don't want to just keep mindlessly doing things, you know, just in the sake of being consistent or having a routine where there's no actual direction in life. You're doing the repeat. It's like a rat or like a beaver that runs in, you know, that, what do they call them, those circle things where they keep running and there's no stopping. It's just like a circle. Like, ask yourself, am I choosing this life or have I just gotten used to it? You asking yourself that question and you truly answering that will either help you in a great way, or if you don't answer it properly, it's just going to lead you into the same consistent mindless type of cycle that you're going in. For me, for example, like there was a time when I was consistently, you know, doing mindless things where it's like I'd run errands and do things that weren't really purposeful for me. It was just mindless. I'm like, okay, I'm doing them. So it's like, you know, like I could do a workout and it's like, I'm just mindlessly doing it. I'm just doing it for the sake of doing it. I'm not actually getting better at this workout. But when you understand that you rather do, say, for example, 3 proper, say, athletic workouts or explosive workouts, instead of doing 6 times per week, mindless working out, just going to the gym and just doing the same way, not really pushing yourself hard enough. Of course, those 3 workouts are going to be much better for, especially for your body, especially for the hypertrophy, but especially for the longevity of your body and how you're going to move forward in life. You need to understand that your life can completely change when you start deliberately making decisions. No more mindless thinking. Deliberately have intention and make your decisions. I think the worst thing would be, as I say, someone in their 20s like me, you making it now to 40 and living and finally noticing that you've been living your 20s and your 30s on autopilot. Again, if you're in your 40s, if you're in your 60s or your 50s and you understand that, oh man, I lived my 30s and my 20s and my 40s in autopilot, just consistently doing mindless things. And that's the dangerous thing that you can fall into that trap. Again, it even says in Romans 12, verse 2, and do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. It says if you put it in context, Paul tells the believers not to simply conform to the patterns of the world, but to be transformed by the renewing of their mind. And again, if you really look at the real message of this, don't automatically follow whatever everyone else is doing. Let that be for them. Stop and examine the way you're living life, because you would then understand that living your life on autopilot would be a very dangerous way of living. So understand that and keep pushing forward. And don't mindlessly think. You got a mind, think. Don't mindlessly think, you know?